Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Waga. We are going to continue building our Instagram clone, but first off I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section. We are going to continue building our app, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do handle the UI sections mainly of the ability to comment on a post, right? So we're going to add the UI elements of the ability to comment on a post. That's what we're going to do. So the first thing we need to do is actually we have to go to the post service because there's something I forgot to do, right? So in the last video we forgot to create a method here, and the method in question is going to be called load post. It's going to load individual posts, right? So we're going to say static func load post, like so, and right, and this is going to be static func load post. And first we're going to have, it's going to take the post ID, which is going to be a string, like so, and on success we are going to have escaping and underscore and say here post, and post is going to be of type post model, like so. Now the next thing, post model, and it's going to return nothing, a void, right? So we could come here and say void, like so. Okay, now that is done, we can move on to the next thing. The next thing is to go into all posts and get the actual post that's we are talking about, the post in question, right? And for that we could come here and say post service, and we're going to go to all posts, and the document we want is going to have the post ID that we slip in, and we're going to use the get document method, like so. And in here we are going to have we're going to take in the snapshot and the error, like so, and we could say in. And the next thing we need to do is we need to say we need to come here and say we could copy this code here, let snapshot snap equals snapshot, like so, from the user post, like so, paste it there. And after that this code should be like second nature to you. You should know what this does. We say let dict equals snap dot data, like so, and after that we could get the decoded, and for that we could say guard let the decoded equals try, like so, and this is going to be post model, give it a bit of space, and we are going to initialize dot init, and here we're going to say from dictionary, and what we're going to pass here is the dict, and we're sure there's going to be, if we've gotten this far, else we're just going to return. And on success we just want to yield whatever the decoded whatever has been returned decoded, right? So on success we just pass in the decoded, like so. So if you do this, we'll be able to load singular posts. I believe if you've come this far, you understand that. Remember, we are putting, every time we create a post, we put it in a list of all posts. And here we're just getting the document, the actual post ID with the information. And here basically we're making sure it doesn't have an error, and putting it in a dictionary. And we created all these methods earlier. So if you have been following along, you know what we've done. Or you can go back to previous videos and previous code to understand this better. And yeah, so basically that is the load post method, and we're going to continue from there. Next thing we need to do is we need to create the comment card that will hold our comments, right? And how we would do that is we would come to the components place, wherever we have components here, and hit Command N, and we're going to get the SwiftUI view, and we're going to hit next, and we're going to hit create. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the preview because we do not have the workaround to allow us to use Firebase. Well, we're not going to do it here. If you want to find out how the workaround is done, just look around YouTube. You'll find how it's done. right? But it's extra code, and we have our simulator here. And besides, if you've seen my Flutter videos, I like coding and having the simulator right next so that you can. It's a bit slower than Flutter, but it does a job. It does a job. Okay, so the next thing we want to do here is we're going to have SD web image SwiftUI, the Swift package we imported with Swift Package Manager, if you can remember that far back. And the next thing we want here is a comment, and the comment is going to be of type comment model, like so, right? And we're going to have a body, and we could get rid of the text here, like so. We could come down here, and what we want is first we want an H stack, right? Like so. Put the code in here, and we want a web image, and the image is going to be our delightful profile picture. And here we are going to say URL, like so, and here we're going to have the URL, and in it we are going to take a string, and here we're going to just get the comment, and it's going to be comment.profile, and we are sure it's going to be around, like so. And we're going to come down here, and now we can start prettifying it. We want to make the image resizable. We want to have the aspect ratio to be fill. We want next to have it scaled to fit, like so. We want to shape it circular, so we could say here clip shape, and the clip shape in question is just going to be a circle, like so. We want to have a frame, not too big. We want the width to be 30, the height to be 30, the alignment to be dot center, like so. We want a bit of shadow, like we have with this image here that you can see. We want a bit of shadow, and the radius is going to be 3. The color, I have a feeling color is supposed to be before that. The color is going to be dot gray. Okay, why isn't it like so? Let's go to the next one and see what happens. And after that we want some padding, right? We want some padding, and the padding is going to be, we want it to be leading. And I have a feeling that just like with argument color must precede. You see, I don't understand why that is, but that's how it is. Color must precede radius. So we have color gray and radius 3. Interesting. I find that very interesting. After that, it should be fine-tuned. Okay. Now, the next thing is the same thing happened with frame. You have to put width before height. If you try to flip it around, you get issues. Now the next thing we need to do is have a VStack, right? We have a VStack, like so. And the VStack, we wanted to have an alignment, like so. And this is going to be dot leading, like that. And this is we're going to have a text with the username, and then the text with the comment, right? So the first text is going to be comment dot username, like so, and the font in question is going to be one of the presets, and we want the subheadline. We want the subheadline as a preset, and we want to embolden it. So we do that, we embolden it. After that, we want another text here, and this is going to be comment dot comment, like so. And we want, the next thing we want is going to be font of type, or size rather, not callout. It's a bit too small. We want caption, right? And after that, we want a spacer to push everything. Of course, you could play around with this, right? If you have gotten this far, I'm going to let you. I think you should play around and make sure that it fits you. It fits your needs. My goal here is to make sure it works rather than to make it pretty, right? So maybe you have a better goal of making it pretty. Like in real Instagram, this button doesn't go over the circle, right? It ends here. But I thought we'd use the button from the sign in and the sign up page. We don't need to create another button. Saves a bit of time for us, but you could definitely do that. So we could say time interval since 1970, and this is going to be comment. We're just going to pass in the comment dot date like so. And if you can remember, we made an extension, and this is going to be time ago like so, and we are going to concatenate it, and we could put here a space and then write ago like so, so you can say the number of time ago, right? And here next thing we're going to do is have a font, and the font is going to be of type it's going to be one of the presets. We're going to say subheadline like so, right? And this is going to be the other end because the spacer will push it across, right? So basically that is going to be our what's the file called? I haven't even called it. It's supposed to be called comment card, right? This is the comment card. Let's call it the comment card like so. So we're going to call this the comment card, and we are going to save it, and also here we can rename it, and this is going to be the comment card, right? Should have done that earlier. Comment card like so. So basically that. So we have taken care of a comment card, and we can continue from there. What we need to do is use get the comment input, right? And for that we come to the components, and we could hit Command N, and this is going to be a SwiftUI view, I believe, and this is going to be called comment input like so. You could use either a text editor or a text input, right? The text editor currently does not have a built-in way of putting a placeholder, which I think is a great omission by Apple, which will be corrected in SwiftUI 3, I'm sure, or even the updates before SwiftUI 3. It most definitely, you could put a Z stack and use a I saw one method on Stack Overflow where you put a Z stack and then you use a ternary, so that you can put placeholder text in slightly grayed out colors, so that you can tell somebody like text here. With a text field, you can do this just directly, right? But we're going to use a text editor because it allows for multi-line. You to write multi-line comments, and some people are very verbose. Not everyone just wants to say corrected like we have here, or this is awesome. Some people want to write lines and lines of code, of text, right? So we're going to indulge them by making it a text editor. Okay, enough of that. The first thing we need to do, we need to get the session, right? We need to get a session. I believe we will use it because this will have the user's image, right? To know who's typing it, who's sending it. I believe that's why we use a session. So the first thing we need to do is come here and say environment, and this is going to be var session. I believe session is one of the very first things we did. So, and we've used it a couple of times. We've used it in profile also. So I think you should be comfortable with session. And the next thing we need to do is look at our observer object, and we could say var comment service, and this is going to be an instance of comment service, right? So we're going to use a bunch of things from there. And since this is we're using a text, if you're using a text field, fine. We're going to use a text editor, so we need a state variable that will watch what we are typing, right? We could say state private var text like so, and this is going to be of type string, and this is going to be an empty string to start off, right? Yeah, and we're going to have an initializer, so we could say initialize, and we're going to have a post of type post model like so, may or may not be there, and we could also have a post ID, and this is might be of type string if there. And first to check, we could say if post is not equal to nothing, nil, and we would say comment service dot post. Okay, let's get rid of first the preview. Come here, blur out the preview like so. And I don't know why our app did that. Okay, yeah, basically that. Let's look at a prettier page. Okay, and well, it's going to be why is this complaining? It's saying observed object var comment service, type comment service. Okay, we didn't make our comment service conform to it, to conform to the observable object, which is a mighty oversight. We said observable object, right? Didn't we? And so when we come back, I don't see what the problem is. Oh, there, everything is fine as it should be. I forgot that. Okay, so we say common service dot post. I think it's supposed to be dot post, and we're going to set it as the post, like so. And the next thing, if needs an else, right? Else, wait, we could come here and say else, and else we're going to create a method. Okay, we haven't created the method, so let's create the method first. And yeah, let's create that method first before we write that piece of code. And I don't know, it's complaining here, we'll figure it out. The next thing we need to do is create the method, and that's where the code ends. So we could come here and say func handle input, and this will just be like our clear, right? It sends the code and clears our whatever we called our text field entry. I don't know. We called it text, right? We didn't overthink it. So we could come here and say post service, like so, and this is going to be load post, and that's the method that we just created, like so. And we could say post ID is going to be the one that is passed in. We could say post ID, like so, if we spell it correctly. And could close this, come here, get rid of this. Should be second nature to us right now. And we say post, and this is going to be post in, like so. And here we're going to say self dot comment service, and we're going to set it as a post, right? So here we're passing in a post, like that. No, this is not. Oh, I actually got confused. This is the one that clears. The send comment is the one which clears it out, right? And this one just sets the post. And what we do here is I'm saying it clears it. If you can remember how we did it in the sign in and sign up page, right? If you can't remember, just go to your views here and look at the sign in and sign up, and also the post, right? I believe we also did the same, something like that in post, right? Where you clear out everything. So here we could say send comment, like so. And first you're going to make sure it's not empty, so that a user can't send something empty. We say if not, we call it text, and we check if it's empty, right? We don't want users sending empty stuff, right? We want to make sure that everything they send can only be has to have something, right? And for that we could say here comment is going to be of type comment, like no, comment is going to be text, right? And we can close this off. We can come here, clear this out, come here, do this, and we say self.text. We set it back to nothing, to being an empty string, like so. So when you hit the send button, it reverts to its original view, right? This is supposed to say common service.post, like so, and send it as post, right? And after that, here in the else, we are going to come here and say handle input, and what it needs is the post ID and the post ID, and we're sure it's going to be there, like so, right? Yeah, and after that we can continue, and we have created the syntax, and now we can start working on our body, right? And we could come here, and what we're going to do is we are going to have the h stack, like so, and this is going to have our web image, and our web image is complaining because we have not imported the prerequisite, which is this SD thing, SD web image SwiftUI, like so. And we need to come here and say web image, and this is going to be URL, like so, and this is going to be URL, like so. And in it we're going to have the string, and the string is going to come from the session, and we could say session dot session. Remember, we put our user in the session, right? So we call it session. You could call it something better like user. So we call it session, and we're sure he's going to be there. The user is going to be there if you come this far. And because you can only see this page if you're logged in, right? So you could say profile image URL, and you can't log in unless you put a profile image, I believe, right? And so we put that, and we come here and we start prettifying our picture, and we could say, or image, we could say resizable. The aspect ratio is content mode dot fill, like so. The next thing is going to be scaled to fit, and after that we are going to have the frame in question, and we're going to have a width of 50, an alignment, a height of 50, and an alignment of, you guessed it. And after that we're going to have a shadow. Basically it's going to look a lot like the other, maybe slightly bigger or slightly smaller, like so. And of course, like the other one, we have to put the color first, and the color is going to be dot gray, like so. The radius is going to be 3, and we don't need to put an X and Y so that it can be slightly skewed. We don't need to do that. And after that we could put some padding, and the padding we want it on the trailing side, right? Not the leading. We could put it in the trailing side, right? And after that we want to come here, and we want to have an H stack like so. And in the H stack we are going to have the text editor that we've been talking about for a while. We could have a text editor, and like so, and it's going to have a text of, and we're going to bind it to the text like so. It's small because we forgot to say environment object. We just say environment rather than environment object, like so. And if we do that, our problems disappear. And after that we could come, and the next thing we need to do is continue with our code, right? We're in text editor, so after binding it we need to give it a frame, and for the frame we could come here and say frame like so. And the height, you could play around with the height. I'm going to say 50, and the padding is going to be okay, let's say 4 is adequate. The background is going to be a rounded rectangle, and this is going to be, it requires a corner radius rather than corner size, corner radius, and this is going to be 8 like so. And we could also put in a style, and the style is going to be dot circular. We could make it, okay, let's make it circular. And after that we are going to put in a stroke like so, right? And the stroke is going to be, it's going to have a color, and the color is going to be dot black, and our line width is going to be not too thick, it's going to be 2. And then we're going to put in the button that we see in our the one that we used to send messages with. And here we could have the button, and for the button we could have an action, and the action can be send comment like so. And we are going to put in an image, and the system name is going to be paper plane like so, paper plane. And we want it a bit bigger than what it is, right? And we could say dot image scale, and we want it dot large. And it requires a bit of padding, and the padding is in the leading section, right? Like so. And okay, and the next thing, cannot find send comment. Why is it oh, send comment has a capital C, so I forgot to put a capital C. Okay, send comment like that. And yeah, basically this is our comment input done, right? And now we can put it all together. Now the next thing we need to do is come to views and hit Command N and create a SwiftUI view called comment view. We're going to call it comment view because we already have a file called comment, I believe. Or do we? Let's just call it comment view like so. I know the others don't have, most of the others don't have views, but okay. I wasn't too keen on it. What we call the file doesn't matter. What it responds to when you type code is what matters, right? So we're going to call this a comment view, and the first thing we need to do is we're going to have the observed object of our comment service. We could say here, we could make it a state object because it's wholly owned by this. So we could say state object, like so, and we could say var comment service, like so, and this is going to be comment service, like so, right? And after that we're going to have post. We could say var post, and this is going to be post model, like so, and we're also going to have the post ID, which is going to be passed in. We're going to say post ID, and this is going to be of type string, like so, right? And so we could start off with our vstack, and in the vstack we're going to have a scroll view, like so, and here we could say if it isn't empty, we could say comment service dot comments dot is empty. That is, if this is not empty, what we need to do is we need to loop through all of them and present them. We could say for each, and we could say comment service dot comments. Yeah, it's comments, right? And in here we want to take each one of them. We could call here comment, and we could say in, and we're going to pass them on to the comment. What the hell do we call it? Comment. I think it's the comment card, right? We called it the comment card. Yeah, and we could say comment, and this is going to be comment, like so. And so we do that, and we come back here, and yeah, we come back here, and after that we have the comment input. The comment input, which will be, I believe this will be outside the stack, but in the outside the scroll view, but in the what's it called, in the vstack, right? So we could come here and say comment, not comment service. We could come here and say comment input, like so, and this is going to take a post, and the post is going to be of type post, and the post ID is going to be post ID. So we do that, and everything should go swimmingly. And of course we want a navigation title, like so. Navigation title, and navigation title, we want it to bear the word comments at the top. It's going to be inline because it's a child. We already put it in an ancestor view, so this is going to be inline. You don't need to type inline again, right? And we need an onAppear method. We could say onAppear, like so, and what we're going to do in onAppear is we are going to check whether there's a post, and we could say self dot comment service dot post ID, and this is going to be set to be self dot posts, and we're either going to check if it is nil, or we're going to have a ternary where self dot post ID and self dot post ID and self dot post ID, and we can put a space here and say if it is self dot post and then post ID, right? So we're going to conduct that just as it appears, and like so. And after that we're going to come down here, and we are going to load the comments. We're going to just come here and say self dot comment service dot load comment. Is it load comment or load comment? Let's just look at the comment service. Comment service is going to be, did we call it load post comment, get comment, load? Okay, I thought it was load comments. I thought it was pluralized. Load comment. Okay, passing in a nil value, like so, right? And I don't know why I had done that. It should be like that. And after that we need an on disappear. We need to stop listening when it's no longer in view, right? And the on appear, where does the on appear end? It ends here. So we could put on disappear, we need to stop listening to the changes made to our comment, right? We worked with the listener in the last video. We could say self.commentService.listener is not equal to nil, and what we're going to do is we are going to, if it's not equal to nil, we're just going to say we're just going to remove it, commentService.listener, and we're going to stop listening to the changes that are being made, right? The post model here is supposed to be optional, as is the post ID, right? This is supposed to be optional, right? And what we're supposed to do here is we are supposed to make this optional also, the self.post.post ID, like so. Okay, next thing we need to do is go to, first thing we need to do is we need to make a bunch of corrections, and first thing we need to do is go to our comment view, and we need to remove the $sign from the comment service, like so. We don't need to bind it, and we save that. And the next thing we need to do is in our comment, in our comment service, we did make a mistake from the last time. Where we're posting the comment in the add comment, you're supposed to say post.post ID rather than post. It's in the post. The post ID is in the post, right? So you say post.post ID, and you save that. And after that, we need to create our navigation links, and we do that in wherever these images are. And the images, the bubble, the quote bubble that we're going to post an ID around, we're going to post a navigation link around, is in the post card, right? So we come here and we could put a navigation link like so, and it could be around the quote bubble like this. And a navigation link requires a destination to where you head to, and the destination in question is going to be comment view, like so. The comment view expects a couple of things. It expects a post, right? And it expects a post, and the post here is going to be self.postcard service dot post. That's the post. That's where the post is, like so. And after that, I don't think there's anything else to do, and we can hit run, and we can see if our code works. Cross your fingers, and let's wait for it. Come here, come to our post. You see our button. All the things that have that can navigate us have a red tinge, or is it pink? It looks red to me. Okay, we come here and we could try it out. We can see our aesthetics aren't as pleasing, but yeah, let's write wake up, and we get wake up instant there 0 minutes ago. I was testing this earlier, like, and we could go back to our comment input row. Okay, our comment input, and I think this is not as pretty as it should be, or as it was originally, right? And we did give the image 50-50. I think the padding should be on the leading side. Let's make it leading, right? Let's make the padding leading, like so. Save it, come back, try it again. Okay, should be a bit better, right? Give it a second, go back, click on our comment, and the padding looks a bit better. The padding is leading, and after that we let's make the padding trailing so that it's a bit closer to this. We could say trailing, like so, and save it, and then we could run it again and see what happens, because it doesn't it's too squished towards that end, right? And we could come back here and see, it looks a bit better, not better, but it looks a bit better. And I don't know, I must have done something different. Why isn't it circular? We forgot to add a clip shape, right? I forgot to add a clip shape. We could say clip shape, and this is going to be circle. That's why it's not circular. So if we save this, it should look a bit better, right? And so we have our circular shape for our profile image, and we come here and we click on this, and we have our circular shape. Okay, and yeah, basically that's how it's supposed to look like. And yeah, I don't know, it's a squished. Okay, yeah, basically that is what it's supposed to look like. However, we also want navigation capabilities when you click on the view comment, right? And for that, we go back to our postcard, and we can repeat the trick by copying this navigation link. Let's copy it, and where is our view comments? We paste it here, and around it we put those braces like so. And if we run this now, we probably should see our our view comments should be red for starters, to tell us that you can navigate. And if we click on it, you can navigate to the comments page, and you can see the comments at the top because we put it there, right? And if we go back to our comment view, right, what we have here is a VStack, a scroll view, and okay, basically, yeah, I think we have done everything we set out to do. And yeah, and let's put a bit of spacing. Let's put a bit of spacing on the VStack. It looks this is just UI stuff. If you can skip this video is essentially over, right? We have done what we set out to do in the previous two videos, that is set up the backend, and now we're doing the UI. Give it a bit of spacing like so, and comment card, right? And we could give this maybe, let's come here first, have a look at it, and we can click on the view comments. And when we click on the view comments, and perhaps we give the comment, we give this a bit of padding, right? Let's give it a bit of padding and see what it looks like. And right, and after that we can call it a day. Okay, come down here and see what it looks like. And padding, let's just make the padding top, right? Doesn't look as pretty, and it's too far apart. Let's make the padding at the top only, because I felt it's too high up, the first one. So we give it padding at the top, and we come here and we say, we click on this, and okay, this is a bit better. So that's basically our code done. Yeah, that's our video done. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you made your UI a bit prettier than mine. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have any. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you in the next video.